At the back of the booth, it's the same procedure. Lift the booth up. And insert those last two legs. And then pretty much putting up the trim line goes back to being a one-person operation. With the frame up on legs, now it's time to finish putting the top in place. You can check the straps and buckles, make sure they're secure, but those buckles do not have to be tight. They're just there to hold the top on. Then each corner has a Velcro wrap. I'm going to put that in position. And along the sides, each side has two Velcro wraps. And those will hold the top in place in the wind. Now Chris is ready to install his stay bar poles. It's best to work your way from the back to the front with the stay bars. So Chris will start by inserting a pole into the stay bar three-way, but just part way in. And then go to the other side of the booth. You got to move the leg a little bit. Put the pole in. Click that one in position. And then go back over and click the other side. With the side stay bars, again, it's best to start at the back, put the pole in partially, put the front in completely, and then go to the back and finish snapping that snap button in. And one last side. And the final thing to do with the stay bars is once you have them all in poles all in position, go around and snug up the thumb screws on the stay bar fittings. And while you're doing that, this is a good time to just go around and snug up all the thumb screws on all the fittings. And you'll notice that that adds a lot of extra stability to the canopy. At this point, with the canopy up on legs and the stay bars installed, it's really important to go ahead and stake it down. Start with the 4 steel spikes. Those are provided in your hardware kit. And also the tie-down screws, and those will really hold the booth to the ground. If you can get them in all the way to the height of the stay bar, then a nice way to go is to use your bungee cord. Go twice around the pole and hold the booth in place that way. Alternately, you can use a piece of curtain cord or other kind of rope to tie the tie-down screw to the stay bar pole. Now Chris is going to put the walls on the trim line. As a standard feature, the trimline walls are fully zippered, so they'll zip to the canopy top and zip to each other along the sides. So Chris has got the wall started. The way to identify the top of the wall is that the roll-up strap is at the top, and the long portion of the roll-up strap is to the inside of the canopy. So with the wall started in place, then it's just a matter of work your way across, zipping along from one edge to the other. To zip the walls together along the edges, it's the same process of joining the 2 zippers together and get them started at the top. And then notice that there's Velcros up at the top of each wall, and that'll hook those 2 walls together, and it's good to do that. Keep the 2 walls snug at the top. And then you zip from top to bottom, and then there's the corner flaps on the trim line. So once you get the walls in position, you can just put the corner flaps together and snug those up. When you're open for business and you have the front wall off, you can use the Velcro wraps to hold the wall to the leg. All the walls have these And that'll just secure the wall to the frame with the front wall removed. Now's the time for the 602 awning L's to go on to the extra no color pole. There's the awning L's. They can be turned either way. We like to put them with the open barrel pointing out from the booth. They slide onto the pole on both ends. And Chris likes to use his awning pole to make sure that his front legs are plumb. And he does that by placing the pole right in front of the leg, and then make sure that it's the same length as the pole itself. And after you get done with that positioning, you can stake down that last leg. Alright, with the front pole ready to go and the LD stay bar L's in place, now it's time to put the awning poles on. Again, this will be the pole that's coded AWN. In this case, this one's about 32 inches long. That's for the 30-inch front awning. You might have a longer one for the 54-inch awning. Just slide the pole in the usual way, click it in place. We'll do that on both ends. And here's a nice way to set up that front awning pole. If you're doing this alone especially, leave one end on the ground and the other end just start it in place, but don't push it all the way in past the snap button. Then you can pick it up, put in the other end. That end does click into place, and then click into place the first end. Make sure all your thumb screws are snugged up, and that awning framework is ready to go when it comes time to put the awning cloth in place. To attach the awning cloth, note that the awning has two zippers on it, one inside and one outside. And you're going to want to use the outside zipper to attach to the canopy top. And you can tell the inside zipper is on the same side as the Velcros. And you want to use the other one to attach to the canopy top. So it's just a matter of sliding the end into the zipper and pulling across. Another important part to attaching the awning cloth is to make sure and get the Velcros around the top pole and the canopy frame. And when you're using an awning, you can detach the corner Velcro from the canopy top, as Chris is doing, because the awning Velcro is going to do the same job. So pull the one out of the way and use the one on the awning cloth itself. Wrap that around the pole. And that holds the awning cloth in place when you tension it with bungee cords in the next step. You work your way across the cloth, attaching all the Velcros. With the awning cloth in place, now you can stretch it out to the awning framework with the bungee cords, and that's just sliding the end of the bungee through the grommeted hole on the awning cloth, wrap it around the pole, and use the ball to hold it in place. Chris likes to start in the middle and work his way out, and that kind of centers the awning cloth as you go. And it's one bungee per hole on those inner ones, but on the outer one we like to put two bungees in there, so you get a total of 7 of those white bungees per awning. And here it's a little tricky, but you want to slide 2 of the bungee cords through one grommet hole, and that pulls the cloth forward and out in those corners. Here's a close-up view of how those corner bungees are arranged. As a final tune-up to the awning installation, Chris will just readjust the corner flaps, and you can let the valance come out a little bit more as it sets on top of the awning cloth.